Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about how to start a email list from your Etsy shop. And we're also going to be talking a little bit more about why you should have one and just how to get going with it. So before we get started, I would love it if you could give this video a little thumbs up. It just helps more people to see it and more people like you who are wanting to do the whole email list thing to find this video and get the info that they need. So okay, let's get going into it. So the reason why you should really have some kind of list. Now, a lot of people will always say an email list you own. I would kind of beg to differ on that because you literally don't own people. You don't own their info. You don't really own anything. But it's just basically a place where you can go to a nice little list of customers, people who are interested in your products, basically just a way for you to reach those people outside of Etsy, outside of search, basically outside of the marketplace that you are using, bringing you in new eyeballs. Because as you guys may or may not know, it is a heck of a lot cheaper to sell to people who have either already bought from you or who already know a little bit about you and have seen the kind of things that you offer. So an email list is a great place to go when you are launching new products, when you are creating something new and want maybe a little bit of like to and fro, a little bit of feedback, or maybe when you are looking for ideas of things to create. It's also great for target market research. Depending on the email application that you use, you can actually see some really in-depth stats as to who these people are, where they live, what they like, dislikes, all those kinds of things, right? So it's just an all-round great thing to start to build. Now, one thing I will say about this is that it is not a quick one and done thing. It is something that is potentially going to take you 3 to 5 years to build. So I have an email list of about 30,000 people, and that has taken me 5 solid years of grinding, of actually like really making it attractive for people to join and just really putting some oomph behind it. It's taken me 5 years to get to 30,000 people on my list. That's as of recording this. So just to give you a bit of heads up that it is not going to be like social media where you can put a reel out, a post out, whatever, and see those immediate eyeballs, because with email it's a little bit antiquated in terms of you don't know how many people have seen the email until way after the thing's been sent. Okay, just a quick little rundown there of why I think everyone should have an email list. It just creates that additional space where you can go to drive your own sales, and as we know, having your own traffic source is really important on Etsy, but also off of Etsy as well. So let's get more into how to set this thing up. So you've decided you want a list, you're thinking, yes, this sounds like it is for me, and you're ready to rock and roll. Okay, so the very first thing that you guys have to do is I would actually work from the back end forward. Okay, so you don't want to start off like putting a nice little link and all that kind of thing. Really, the first thing that you guys want to do is to find an email application, CRM, whatever you want to call it, that's right for you. Now, I love MailChimp. I would seriously recommend it. I wish that I hadn't migrated away from MailChimp. I'm with ActiveCampaign, which to be honest is a pain in the bum because it's just so complicated, expensive, and to be honest, I wish I just stuck with MailChimp, but now I've got a lot of people on my list. It's going to be a big expensive headache to migrate over. So I pop a little rundown of MailChimp's prices on the screen now, but basically it's such an easy visual way to start to build your list. But to start to build your list, you obviously want a place for them to go. So go into MailChimp, create a list, create an account first, obviously, but then start to think about the list and the incentive for people to get on it. Now, the most common version of this is a discount code, and I would say don't offer something measly like 5%. I probably wouldn't even do 10. I'd probably do 15% and over, just to really kind of get that like push behind people joining your list. You could also do something like a lead magnet, which is something of value that you want people to get that is going to nurture them, turn them on to your brand, the products, but it's also going to have extreme value for them. So for example, I used to offer like a birthstone guide for people who wanted to put a birthstone onto their jewelry piece, and they weren't sure which one, they weren't sure of the date, the colors, what it would look like. So that is something that I used to offer. I also used to offer a discount code. I will say the discount code kind of was better because not only did they get the discount, but it also meant that I had a ready-made list of people who were pretty much guaranteed to buy from me, because you wouldn't request a discount code if you weren't seriously thinking about buying, right? So just a few little things there to think about, but just make sure that the incentive is certainly worthwhile people giving you their email, because I feel as if in this day and age, when our inboxes are so full, that giving you someone's email address is literally just as personal as giving you their real address, right? So just make it something that's definitely worthwhile, them clicking the link, signing up, all that kind of thing. Now, on the topic of signing up, on the sign up landing page, which MailChimp can help you with, you need to make sure that it is really simple, but also branded and clear as to what they are going to get when they sign up. You also need to make sure that any COPPA, GDPR fields, which again, MailChimp can help you with this. Their live chat feature is awesome. You also want to make sure that they are prevalent as well if you need them to be, depending on the laws of where you guys live. So just make sure that that sign up page is simple. It works on mobile, because don't forget that most people signing up will be doing it via their phones on the old Etsy app, and make sure that it is glaringly obvious where they need to put the email address. You guys would not believe the amount of handmade shops that I think, ooh, yeah, they have a list. I go to join it and like the cookie banner is like blocking the sign up button. It's infuriating, and it basically means that no one's going to sign up for your list. So make sure to test this thing out loads. So the next step with this is, where do you get the emails from? Now, one thing that I will say here is you absolutely do not ever take email addresses from Etsy orders. It is against many laws for you to kind of automatically sign people up without expressly them giving you permission first, okay? So I get that question a lot. Also, what I wouldn't do is I wouldn't use integrations and tools. I know a lot of people say, but they say it's safe and it's all good. Etsy have recently said to just basically be really careful as to what third-party apps you grant access to your account. So just be really careful. I personally would never, ever trust a third-party integration, even if it's very well known, to have access to your Etsy shop to get emails, because it just doesn't sit right with me, and I'm feeling like it's breaking all sorts of laws. So how do you actually get people to sign up for this thing? Well, there's one method that I've always used that's always just steadily grown my list, and that is simply in a image within the actual listing pictures itself, being like, hey, do you want 15, 20, whatever % off? Then you can scan this QR code, which I find is really useful. Or if you look for the link in the bottom of the description, you can click on it there and make it like really bold, put it right at the bottom so that people know where to find it. You can put it at the top, but for Google SEO, I'd probably just stick it right at the bottom, and then just literally have the link and make it a little thing that says yoo-hoo with like emojis and stuff. Make it really eye-catching, and just basically say, hey, this is the link where you get 15, 20, whatever % off. Click on it, sign up, and then I'm going to send it straight into your inbox. QR codes are great for things like shop banners and things as well, because it just means that people can just scan it, click it, go. So that is a method that I have always used. You can also do things like social media, getting people to sign up through there. But if you just want the really easy way, just whack that listing and the link in every single one of your listings, and it will just grow on autopilot. So guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that video. Please comment down below if you found it helpful. And yeah, don't forget to give this video a like to help other people see it. But for now, guys, I will catch you in the next one. Bye, everybody.